Maybe there's a football field in the back that has night games, and then you've got big lights shining into your house.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Justin and Maya here talking to you again about location. This is part 2. Right now we're going to talk about 3 more super important criteria to think about when we're looking at location of our investment properties.
Yeah, so we've definitely established that where your next real estate investment is located is perhaps one of the most important things to consider. This one is a little bit tricky because depending on the type of buyer that you are fishing for or the type of renter that you're fishing for, this one can be very tricky. Is it close to schools, and how close is it to schools?
Yeah, this can be a really interesting topic because schools take up a lot of space, right? There's the school itself, so the building, which could or could not be noisy or depending on the type of day. There's the parking lots, right, where the buses are coming in, dropping off, the families are coming in, dropping off kids are running around. There's the fields that go along, right? Maybe you're backing up to that side, and now you're next to essentially a park.
Yeah.
So being in proximity to a school can be maybe a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what side of the school your property is next to.
Yeah, and also very important to know what kind of school this is. There might be different issues that are connected with whether it's an elementary school, whether it's a middle school, whether it's a high school. Maybe there's a football field in the back that has night games, and then you've got big lights shining into your house at the end of the night. Once again, we talked about in the first video, making sure that you visit the house at different times of the day to know exactly what you're getting into. So I think in conclusion, it's probably you want to be close for the people that have children that are of school age, but not too close.
I love it. I love it. Get out, walk the property, drive the neighborhood, really understand where your property is going to be located. Along the lines of schools, what else do we want to talk about?
So we're going to stay in schools because we're going to talk about how important it is to know the school district that your home is located in. Now, this can be a determining factor with value. Because a lot of times, especially here in Denver, if you're looking at one of the top high schools in the state, the homes that are around that area and people that want their kids to go to these particular schools, hey, you might not even have to put as much money into that particular flip because you know that this area is in demand because of the school specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. And so similar to what we talked about in video 1, where we talked about neighborhoods and understanding what roads actually define the neighborhood, it can be super important to understand what roads may define the school district, because you may be really close to that really great high school you said, but if you're on the wrong side of the road, you may not have access to that.
Absolutely. So do your research on the county websites to determine what school districts and which neighborhoods go to which schools. And also a website I like a lot is greatschools.org. You can find out what the scores of those schools are that are around the neighborhood that you're looking for. So let's move on from schools. This is another buzzword. We talked about location, but lots of folks are talking about walkability these days.
Absolutely. So there was a time in my life where my wife and I really wanted the walkability. We bought a house 5 blocks from a lake. So we had a great little dog. We would take walks almost every day down to the lake, around the lake. If you went in the opposite direction, we were maybe 10 blocks away from an amazing shopping center, lots of food and restaurants. It was an amazing place to be living. But then we got to a different stage in our life. We started having kids and we wanted the suburban paradise.
Yeah.
And so it's great for the family, but we can't really walk to any of those things anymore.
Yeah. So walkability could also mean, whether you're walking to cafes, shops, bars. It can also mean how close are you to parks, how close are you to lakes, how close are you to trails. These are definitely things that you want to use to market your house as well. And another website that I really like is walkscore.com. That'll kind of put it on a sliding scale from 1 to 100, how much you need a car. Can you bike? Can you walk? What things are near that location? You just punch in the address and it'll give you the information that you need. But Coop, this was good. Location's important. So, really can't talk about it enough.
It's so important. We say it 3 times, right? Location. If you got any other questions about location and understanding what to look for in your properties, you can reach out to Maya or myself anytime at pinefinancialgroup.com.
All right. And be sure to give your comments, whether you liked what we said, whether you didn't. We want to hear it all.